Welcome to another episode from our show, Anything Goes. I recently met a young man, he's only 21, who, after attending 2 years of pharmacy school, decided that this is not his forte, this is not something he wants to continue. And he changed and he spent 1 year in engineering after redoing many credits. And then he found that he doesn't like engineering, and I'm not sure what he's doing now. When you speak to him, after 3 or 4 years now of college, he's probably 22, 23, he tells you, I don't know what I want. I know what's my goal. I'm honored today to have 3 of our best youth from St. George Church in Brooklyn, New York, and I would like to introduce them for you. We have Martha, Lydia, and George. And let me start by asking the clearance of how clear is our goal? What is the goal? What types of goal we should have?
Well, first of all, I think your goal should be shaped around your interests. I mean, if your heart isn't in the interest, then of course, that's definitely not where you want to be. And as in this case with the man who was pursuing pharmacy, it seems as if his heart wasn't in his career. And so I believe prayer, spending some time praying to God and asking Him to open his eyes to what exactly he likes to do would help him.
Lydia, is there any major and minor, or big and small, or ultimate and less ultimate? I mean, can you sort of classify the goals for us?
I think there's definitely different sets of goals that we can have. And as Christians, of course, everyone's goal is to get to heaven and to spend time with God. But there are many paths that we can take. And in those paths, we have to set our own goals, our career goals, even our daily goals. So I think career goals, more long-term, but even our daily goals, like today I have to do this, I have to do that. So I think...
So there is an ultimate goal, which is going to heaven. I like that. And then there is sub-goals or targets or minor objectives, and some of them are the ones you mentioned. What do you think?
I agree with both of them. I agree especially with the idea of our goals being revolved around our interests. I think that today a lot of our goals might be our parents' goals, and that we have that strongly impact what we study, what we choose to become, what route to take. So I think it's important to clearly decipher what you want to do and how you want to do it. And again, also ask for God's will to be done in whatever it is that you want to do. Sometimes you can't force things to be done. If God clearly doesn't want you taking a certain route that you have your mind set on, you have to be open and kind of surrender yourself to Him.
Speaking of parents, the culture and the parents, generally speaking, and I think your church is not different than others, push their kids towards, for example, certain majors, possibly law, medicine, pharmacy, and God forbid you want to be a teacher or you want to be, I don't know, engineer. That's a sinful thing. Talk to me about that. My goals, their goals, my interests, their hopes. Where are we from this?
I can understand that our parents would want us to, pursue great careers such as, the medical field, the law field, or engineering. But at the same time, again, your heart has to be in it, and I believe that it's sort of unhealthy for parents to push upon their kids a certain career or a type of job force that their heart isn't really in.
Would you advise that parents should back off, or are you trying to say we should listen? I'm not sure I understand your point.
I'm sort of saying that parents should, back off in a way, but if the child isn't if their heart isn't in the interest of the parents of what they want for their kids, then I don't believe that that's what the child should actually do.
But I think the parents are like what their mindset is, because they, I don't know, my parents, they came from, you know, a poor family, and they didn't have much. So I think what they're trying to do is they're just trying to give us a, a, a way to settle, and to give us something that we can, so we can support our children, support our families. But I think nowadays, our generations are thinking about, you know, how can we really do what we want to do and what we really like. And I think that both are important to think about, because we need to be able to support ourselves, but we also need to be able to enjoy what we're doing.
So number one, our ultimate goal should be always, I want to be in heaven. And while I'm doing that, all the other goals should be fall into place. But my question still, can minor or sub-goals prevent or strengthen the major or ultimate goal? How do they play a role in that particular kingdom of heaven finality that I'm hoping to be?
I think they should be definitely like leading you to it. Like you should think about.
Give me an example of a minor role, a minor goal that will obstacle that.
Maybe you have a job that's taking a lot of your time, and it's not really.
How about if my goal, I want to have a lot of money, and I mean a lot of money? I mean, is that good, bad, wrong, right? I mean, George, what do you think?
I think if your goal is focused strictly on money, then you'll be misled into something that you're not really liking to do. Like you'll be looking into a career that, yes, may be making a lot of money, but in the end, it's not true. But I mean, I think if we're pushed into, if our mind's set on money, then I think we'll be forced into careers that we're not really comfortable with or satisfied with. And so I don't think that's a healthy move.
I think it's okay to have a job that has a lot of money, and it's okay to have that career. But I think the intention should be not thinking about the money, but thinking about how you can use that job and how can you use that skill and that career to glorify God. Or
Martha, so money itself has nothing wrong with it.
To a certain extent. I also agree with the whole idea of what your intention is.
By the way, they disagreed with each other, so whom are you agreeing with?
No, well, I agree that if you happen to be interested in a career that makes a lot of money, then great, good for you. But I mean, if you're going to go into a career strictly based on the idea that you could potentially be making a lot of money, then I don't know if that's something that you really want to do or something that you should do. However, again, like I said before, if you're going to go into something that you truly love, I think if your heart is truly in it, and if you find a means to glorify God through your occupation, I think you'll be satisfied and content no matter how much you're making.
So I think I'm hearing a very nice tone of the ultimate goal need to be the umbrella, that minor goal should not be ever obstacling this final goal. So if I want to be a doctor, there is no problem with that. However, if I want to spend all my time and I want to get that much money to the extent that I don't have time for my family or my church or my service, then I re-question that goal again. Although the goal sounds good, but the details of the goal became questionable. The same goes, for example, I want to travel all over the place. It's a minor goal, no problem. But where is that leading you? How far is taking you from achieving the final eternity? How about review of the goal every now and then? Like, for example, you have a goal and we are approaching the end of the year now, and you say, I want to pray more. That's a goal. How do you detail that goal? Is that enough for you? how do you go back and you look at accountability, or did you achieve it or not? Like when Apple company goes and review their profits, do you go in very specific details? In other words, I'm asking you to help everybody here listening to us. When you draw for yourself a goal, whether it's a major, minor, sub-goal, major goal, how do you go back and analyze what you reached?
I think it's important to go back and see what you've done, and to plan. I think for future, to plan ahead and to like prioritize, see what your desires are, see what you like to do, and see what you would like to see yourself in the future. And I think go as detailed as possible.
This is a good one. I was looking for this. Be as detailed as possible. So if I say I want to just pray more, how would you re-detail that?
I think you should have like a planner or a plan. Like there's those 1 year plans that where you check off what you read every day, or like you write it down, or you have something
more
to.
specific
Yeah.
and more timed.
Yeah.
Okay. How about in other goals, like let's say I want to become much better in basketball. Put that to me in a practical way that I can time myself and I go back and see if I achieved that goal or not. How do I go about that?
Of course, that requires, practice. Practice, of course, makes perfect. But sometimes there are goals that are just out of reach, and sometimes you overestimate what you can do, and I think that also is a problem.
And how do I know if it's out of reach or not?
You can test your abilities and compare of what you like, and see if what you like matches what you want to be. For example, if I play basketball on a daily basis and I watch basketball, you can see whether you have the ability or the capabilities to become a professional.
Have you heard of a word called SMART goals? It's an acronym, actually. I mean, SMART is smart, but it's an acronym. So the S stands for specific, measurable, accountable, and timed. You pick on a specific.
Well, I like the fact that your goals should be practical. So I guess going back to what George was saying, don't set goals that are unrealistic. I mean, if you're not that great in basketball, don't tell yourself you want to become part of the NBA one day. Maybe you could play for Koibel over the summer, but that's about it.
So the initial letter of S, SMART, for the SMART, that the goal needs to be specific. You cannot say, I want to be an NBA player. But you can say, I want to lose 10 pounds next month. If I say that, I became specific. It's measurable because I said 10 pounds. I said it's in a time, in a month, and I'm accountable because I have my scale in the bathroom. I'm going to measure myself if I lost 10 pounds in a month or not. I can't say, I want to pray more. That's not good. I need to say, I want to pray 3 Psalms a day, every morning, and I'm going to check myself in a month if I'm praying. I can't say, I want to study more. You have to be specific. I'm not good in biology, so I'm going to study biology more. That's specific. Measurable means I'm going to study 1 chapter per day. Accountable, I'm going to do exams every week, and in 1 month I'm going to do a full practice exam. So SMART goals is one of the new acronyms that a lot of psychologists like us to use. It can be used in a spiritual life, it could be used in practical life. Every goal you can put those 4 or 5 letters and apply it. Is it a specific goal, measurable, accountable, and timed? Our final and most important goal still and has to continue to be for all of us, regardless of your gender or age, we cannot go home without it, is Kingdom of God, eternity. Sub-goals need to always not to prevent us from reaching this one. So How much is your goal is clear? That's the question that we try to answer today. If you agreed with us or you didn't, if you have a question or you want us to answer something, or you want us to debate something you think it's important to you, please email to us or write to us. Until next time from our show, Anything Goes, have a great time and thank you.